Welcome to a bright and beautiful week on The Angles, where hot topics are always discussed. And my name is Mary Ibeji, bringing to you all of the interesting conversations that will definitely keep you glued onto your screen. And so if you're just tuning in, you are right on time. So tell someone to tell another person that The Angles has begun, and we want you to be a part of today's conversation. Now, in today's world, stories of unfaithfulness, betrayal, broken homes, and secret relationship have constantly dominated our online and offline space. But, beyond the headline, we are more concerned about the people that this affects, the heartbreak, the regrets, the pain, and most of all, the difficult choices they have to make. And so that brings us to today's topic. And we are asking today that is infidelity in marriage? Can trust ever truly be regained after an alleged betrayal? As we are yet to start the conversation fully. Before we start that, let me also commence by introducing those on set with me this evening. I'll start off with the beautiful lady at my extreme left, talking about Lillian. Good evening.
Good evening, Mary.
Good evening.
Thank you for always inviting me.
Thank you for always coming. Good to see you. You look beautiful, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Yes. And right next to her is Henry Simo. Henry, welcome again to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, and welcome everybody.
Yes, and you know that we love you specially.
Oh yes, I know.
Of
and
course.
I love you all.
Oh, okay.
I love you too.
So that dispels every other doubt. He kept quiet, cut him there. Okay, right next is Emmanuel. Emmanuel, it's been a minute. Every time. It's always a minute with you. What's up? It's good to see you, I mean.
That makes me the star of the show.
I know, right? Welcome to the show again.
Thank you for having me here again.
Right. Okay, I intentionally make sure that those on set are people who are experienced on this area of conversation. But I just want to even start off. Somebody sent me a message recently, and the person was like, we need to start praying, because what's happening with young people and having broken homes, relationship drama, all over the space. Like, you go on social media, there's one thing or the other happening with young people. And then, you know how some singles jokingly say that this same marriage that we are praying to enter into, some people have entered and they've come out of it, sadly to speak about it. And this is even happening to people who are maybe barely a year, 2, 3, and the likes of it. I want to start with you, Lillian. What's really happening? Why are we having this influx of marital issues on the rise?
First of all, I would say home training. The way you train your girls is very important. And the way you train your boys is very important. So talking about the way matters are now. Children, as we grow up, our truth comes to maturity with us. Even while your parents have taught you what to do and how to do it, as you grow up and you make yourself be available in a place where you can grow in health, in a healthy environment. I think that's a very important part. Social media these days is doing havoc. So making social media your space of counsel is what is causing a lot of these things. You put your matter on social media, you are expecting everybody to contribute. What do you think? What did you say? Okay, he did this to me today. And you see the other one will say, and you are still there. Pack your bag and run. You see, those kind of conversation, you don't put your matter in such space, because you know the people that are there. The people that govern that space are not of God, and they don't desire for you to prosper.
Okay, I think I like that. Now, the conversation also about trust. We're talking about infidelity in marriage. Can trust ever fully return after alleged betrayal? We see people coming out on social media to talk about their marital issues and all of the problems that go on, even with the case of maybe they caught their spouse cheating and the likes of it. And now, like you said, we have many people giving social media counsel. This is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. And then some people say, this is what they are counseling you. In real life, they are taking more of this nonsense that someone else is dishing out to you. And they are not even
They're not
budging
budging.
or planning to step out of it.
They're not
Henry,
showing that part.
Yes. What would you say about this?
Excuse me. Thank you for the opportunity. Your first question was what's going on? Yes, is a valid one. When you look at the world today or the society today, there's a lot of broken marriages and so on and so forth, and it's becoming too rampant. So, and you're asking what could be the cause? I mean, it's glaring, sitting right in front of us every day. She mentioned social media advisors, in quotes. And so that's one. Then there's pressure. There's pressure, of course, from social media. There are a lot, because of, social media is a tool to broadcast yourself. You can just sit in your home, get what they call the lights. Once you get the lights, and you can talk, you can say arrant nonsense as though you are making sense. And there's a lot of people out there watching that might come across that your FYP and believe what you're saying without thinking twice. They believe what you say, hook, line, and sinker. You also mentioned training from the family circle.
Yeah.
We need to parents need to do a lot more. I feel so sorry in a way for the generations that are coming up today. Because in our own time, there wasn't social media as it were. You don't have Facebook in your pocket, Twitter in your pocket, Instagram and whatever in your pocket. Do you understand? All of those things were not there. So pressure are coming from all the social media tools that you have. So parents need to be a lot more specific and deliberate in raising, especially the girl child. I'm not saying they are the only ones that, act up on social media, but you see, they are more susceptible to pressure, peer pressures and all of that. So fathers should be more in the lives of their daughters, and mothers should let fathers discipline the children when the need arises. So to answer the second part, trust, right? You talked about trust, what's happening with people putting out their marital situations out there. It's not just marital. People put out, especially celebs, some anyway, and some other people that are not just celebs, they just want people to know their problem. I don't know if they want to celebrate it, or if somebody is going to give them a trophy for telling the whole world what you're going through, or what. I just can't wrap my head around that.
Okay, while we're still trying to wrap our head around it, let me hear from you, Emmanuel.
Okay, well, I like how the whole conversation started from the home training and all of that surrounding it. Now, my question is, if the children or whoever is involved has this home training and eventually get married, why break the trust? That means you didn't get the home training.
Okay.
So in that case, if I believe this person has this home training, that person has that home training, they come together, they marry, once there is a crack in it, it's just like dropping an egg and say, I can pick it up and it's going to be whole again. It's not going to be whole again. Because the level of trust given, because by the time it gets to the point is now called trust, it should not be broken. So once it breaks, then I don't want to believe that it can come back together again.
Let's talk about once it breaks now, which will lead me to my next question. Let me start with you, Henry. So are we saying, from what Emmanuel has just mentioned, are we saying that one mistake is enough to end an entire marriage, a relationship, because you feel the person offended feel like that trust is broken?
Oh yes, one mistake is enough. But the thing is this, it doesn't have to be that way. Trust can be rebuilt, though it's going to take time, but definitely it can be rebuilt. The reason why, one of the other reasons why people, marriages don't last, is the fact that people are not patient anymore. People are not genuine anymore. Not everybody. I'm just saying, it's as though people already made up their mind that, if he does this, I'm out of the game.
You spend 4 years to study marriage. Then you come out, then you go, they will give you certificate. Before you go and do the marriage counseling and before you marry, it still will not cover. It still will not. Because these are two different people coming from two different backgrounds.
So it's beyond people lacking home training.
Yes.
It's one of it.
It's one of it.
Okay.
There's several, yeah.
It cushions it. It just makes it easier.
Okay.
When you meet somebody that is not well trained, the person does not even know how to say no to some things.
Oh, what is home training really? Let's even probe further. Okay. Because people think that home training is, the girl should know how to cook, the man should know how to do some, masculine or male-dominated chores around the house and all that. But I've had cases where it wasn't even hinged on things like this. It could even be the fact that the girl was not trained with her father. Her father didn't train her, rather. And so for that reason, she had this fear for the male figure, so to speak.
Or she doesn't know how to receive love from a man.
Can that also be attributed as home training?
Oh,
when
yes.
a child is actually missing out from things like that?
For me, what I would base home training on when it comes to marriage is respect.
Okay.
You respect, and your conversation, when you communicate with a man, you have to know how to talk to the husband.
Okay.
Because that is where it actually starts from. Because some men they don't know how to talk to the lady. But because you are the lady and you have the emotion to take it and wrap it and take it back. Because you need to respond. So that is where it starts from. For ladies, your emotions, the way you handle it, and these things when you talked about cooking and all that, and also the way I was taught growing up, and my mom started teaching us. I have a lot of sisters, so we are many in the family. So she always talks about marriage. She always talks about husband. She talks about my brother. She will still go to that part and say, don't treat your wife like this. But talking about home training now is your self-respect.
Men and women eat, men and women bathe, men and women go to work, men and women breathe, men and women dance, they do all sorts.
Yeah,
now it comes to infidelity.
Yeah.
Society holds it, for a woman.
Yes,
it's totally wrong compared to a man. Why?
I'll tell you why.
Why is that?
Because a woman can get pregnant. A man cannot get pregnant.
Okay, but in this case, she didn't get pregnant. In this case, she didn't get pregnant.
How do you know?
We know that. We've seen cases like that.
Pregnancy don't show up the first day.
No, Henry, you're assuming right now.
I know,
Henry,
but I'm just saying.
No, don't just say. I'm asking
can I finish? You're not even letting me land.
You are not answering.
I am.
This is what I'm saying.
No, you have to let me talk.
Henry, hold on. I am asking you a question, right? You don't have to be defensive about it. Now, this is it. I know that you have the idea that a woman can get pregnant. But we've seen cases, like you said, two people that happened to the lady cheated. Did she get pregnant?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know. That's what I'm saying. There are cases where they don't get pregnant eventually.
Mary, your question is why don't they treat men and women the same way?
You're saying because she can get pregnant.
Yes.
That's just one of the reasons.
Are you justifying that it's okay?
That's what we're saying.
It's okay?
Is it okay?
Why is Lillian? Lillian is still back to where I just corrected.
You are justifying it then from what you're saying.
She asked, is it fair? You've not answered.
I'm just saying
yes or
they're
no.
not the same. That's my point.
They're not the same, meaning that you should still punish women more. I
just sat down here and talk about men.
Yes or no, actually.
It's a
yes or no.
This particular conversation is stressing my point. Why?
Who understands me? If you're watching and you understand me, please call and help me out here.
This thing that's happening right now is strengthening my point that they cannot be repaired. Because now we cannot even say they are the same. So if they are not the same, how can we judge evenly to say that they cannot come back and say the same?
Doesn't mean you don't forgive.
That is where wisdom comes to play.
So are you going to say it's a woman the same thing
doesn't
treat
mean
the woman the other way? So if that is if that's the case, that's all of you cheated.
So what you're saying is
that she'll be fighting for her own self. He'll be fighting for his own self.
Immediately you cheat, you pack, you leave.
Please, can you guys hold on? What you're saying now is that Henry is not sincere with his response, because why would you say it's not the same?
I think you're putting words in his mouth.
No. You said you cannot say it is fair or not. Is it fair? And then you can cancel to them and say, okay, sorry, it's obvious, you can trust each other back. But if you're saying you can't say it's fair or it's not fair, that means in the corner of your mind, you know that this trust cannot be built. You're just trying to, swing from left to right and all of that. And now you brought a very strong point. You say pregnancy. So he cheated and then she's pregnant. Do you think the trust will be the same? There's a child involved. What are we talking about?
But in a case where there's no child involved, that's what I'm saying.
It's the same
Whether
thing.
child is involved or not, are you saying the man cannot wait? Are you saying the man cannot get the lady pregnant? A child will still be involved in that case. But in this case, what we are trying to talk about, Henry, I see that you don't want to answer yes or no. So let's leave.
It's not a yes or no answer.
It's not a yes or no answer.
Because Lillian, it's not a yes or no answer. Women and men are not the same.
So are you saying it's okay for men to cheat and we let it go?
No, it's not okay.
And women, you hold the gun.
All right.
No, it's not okay. That's not what I'm saying.
Henry, Pastor John is calling on your behalf.
Oh, thank you, Pastor John. Please support me, Pastor John.
Hello, sir. Welcome to the Angles.
Wow, thank you so very much. An interesting conversation.
Thank you.
Okay. I just wanted your question about the way the approach towards the women in the case of the people is different with respect to that of the men.
Yeah.
One of the things we look at in culture, this part of the world, polygamy is not a strange thing, but polyandry is strange. So if a man decides to marry more than one woman, for example, there are cultures that they choice and all. But if a woman wants to marry more than one man, people frown at it. I'm not saying whether it's okay or not. I'm just talking about the background of where we stay or where we live in this part of the world. So you see that people frown at the woman going out like that than the man. Not because both cases are bad, but then your question, because of your question, you say why is that the approach towards women somehow harder than towards men? It's because for this part of the world, especially, it's because of the polygamy is not strange in this part of the world as a woman having more than one husband. So with that as the background, if a man goes out, they say, well, you want the woman trying to, I can't the man marry more than one woman. But when the woman goes out, it looks like an extreme in the sense because of the woman, she's trying to marry another man again and all that. But both cases are bad cases. I'm just saying why people could look at it this way and look at the other one.
All right, thank you so much, Pastor John, for that and
thank
trying
you,
to
Pastor
lay
John.
a foundation. But that didn't vindicate you from that answer.
Vindicated from what?
Hold on,
I committed no
before
crime.
we get into that,
I did not commit
I would
any
like
crime.
to read this comment from Munjiko Excellence from the Kingshad community. Good evening. Please, infidelity can be caused by the weakness of one or both partners. I am married. We help each other stay out of infidelity. Sometimes one couple can refuse the other partner time, sex, and attention. Married men and women should create time for each other no matter what. And this is coming from Munjiku from Cameroon. Thank you so much for that response. Now, from what Pastor John said, he is laying a foundation as to why society would accept more of a man cheating than a woman.
No, not
Excuse
accept.
me.
He didn't say accept.
No,
Please.
I didn't say that. He said that. I'm explaining to you in my own words what he said. There's a foundation to why society would frown more at a woman cheating than a man. That's what he laid.
Yes.
The idea of polygamy and the likes of it.
Yes.
But we all know that when it comes to polygamy is marrying multiple spouses at the same time. Mm-hmm. This is not bigamy where you are legally married and then you still go out there to marry someone else, all in a bid to say men are naturally polygamous in nature. Now, with that context in play, we know that, yes, naturally, men are the ones that, in fact, women were made for the men according to the Bible. But now I'm asking, two people commit the same offense. Why are they not, evilly or equally, punished for that offense? Why is one person carrying the weight of it more than the other person? Why are women more being punished more for cheating than men? That's the question we're asking.
I don't
That's
understand.
different. Is it fair? The question is it fair for women to be punished more?
I think you're using very strong terms there that I don't agree with.
Okay.
And maybe that's why I have to explain myself. When you say being punished by who? So here's the thing. What Pastor John explained is also in line. Because of culture in this part of the world, bigamy, is strange. It's a strange phenomenon.
Yes.
Polygamy, not so strange. Even outside this part of the world, in the West, you don't see bigamy every day. But you see polygamy. You can see polygamous marriage here and there, and so on and so forth. It is just the reality. I think I mentioned something biological, different from men and women. When a man cheats, bad as it is, and whatever should happen. I'm of the opinion that if you have to forgive the man, forgive the man. If you have to forgive the woman, forgive the woman.
Person.
But it's not the same thing. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
All right. We really do have to wrap up the show, Lillian. In a nutshell,
what
would you say about trust when, of course, it's broken? Is this something that can be amended, really, or they should go their separate ways?
Trust can be amended. We can come back to agreement. They have to agree. Both of them agree to say, okay. But the person that is the offender will say, I'm sorry, forgive me, I want to work on it.
Yeah.
Beg. You have to beg.
And
she will not say, okay. Be sincere. Intentionally agree to forgive each other.
All right.
After the forgiveness, then you can start working. It's going to take a while for that to happen, but intentionally.
Okay, Emmanuel, rather, if I call you Henry again. I know you have a lot going through your mind, but
I still have plenty
in
to say,
30 seconds, what do you think about this?
I'll just keep it simple and straight. When it breaks, it cannot be fixed.
Chai.
Reason being that if you actually got to that point of trust, you can't be talking about it breaking. So if it breaks and they say, okay, it can be fixed, then you are never there.
You're never there.
So but once it gets there and it breaks, that's it.
Okay. I think I'll take it for what Emmanuel is saying. Emmanuel, what you're saying loudly is, as couples, ensure you walk yourself to a point of trust. Ensure not to break it, because it's a lot once it's broken. Wow. And I think that's like a heavy responsibility you're actually giving out there to couples who are, married or intending to get married, how much they should hold on to their wedding vows and ensure that they do not disappoint one another. All right. I'll just wrap up today's show by taking this last comment. And this is also Lucy from Cameroon. Cameroon people are really on fire today. Thank you for the messages. Good evening. I think it's good for us to know that the problem is based on lack of spiritual impartation. Infidelity in marriage comes with when both parties don't have spirit-filled mindset towards divine purpose in divine union. Almost all marriages are gazing towards physical and surface atmosphere in marriage, thereby exposing themselves in lack that leads to infidelity. Okay, and that's how we're going to be wrapping up the show today. Many thanks for watching The Angles, and thanks, of course, for those who called and the messages we got. Until we come your way next time, the major message here is, and whatever you do as Christ, have that in mind first. Live a Christ-like life. Live a life of forgiveness and a life of love. Until come your way next time, have a good one. All right.